Throw your hood up unless you a bitch, nigga. Dip dub in the house, that's what that is, nigga. If you scared, motherfucker, go and call the law. You boys playing the game good, I'm talking about kick dog. Throw your hood up unless you a bitch, nigga. Dip dub in the house, that's what that is, nigga. If you scared, motherfucker, go and call the law. You boys playing the game good, I'm talking about kick dog. What's the business pimping already? What it do? We just some thugs in the club on that Grey Goose. We blowing doja on the foes in the DJ booth. Drilled out, bolted down, clean or some bitch too. These hoes usually broke ass hustlers hating, but I'm used to it. That fake shit, I'm seeing through it. Fuck the world from yours truly. I'm from Fuckovia, P. Fresh off a nigga's ass. Break up his county, bad shot, the catch a challenge, the Swiller man. That undercover street in the mainstream of hip hop. Who want it with top? That Texas tycoon top. Now use a pistol grip, Mossberg for my life. Buckshot slugs, taking only headshots. I hate a bitch nigga, a snitch nigga that talk too much. So you can't piss on me, player. Tell me it's right and hold 'em up. Special report, the evening edition, all assets granted. When you the bitch up, you stood up and handed. Throw your hood up, that shoot a bitch nigga. Dip dub in the house, that's what that is, nigga. If you scared, motherfucker, go and call the law. Playing the game good, I'm talking about kick dog. Throw your hood up, that shoot a bitch nigga. Dip dub in the house, that's what that is, nigga. If you scared, motherfucker, go and call the law. Playing the game good, I'm talking about kick dog. You can tell I'm from Dallas because I roll Dayton's. You know the truth when you hear. Look at these boys hating. I'm an old country ass nigga. 12-gauge nickel plated. Hip hop Hall of Famer. First time ballot, baby. Fuck truth, we on that crunk juice. Throw it up.
Smoke with your boy,
Already roll it up. I got the dice. Tina Lee say what they hitting for. Breaking bread or busting heads. Get my dick sucked. I'm getting bent up in this bitch like it's my birthday. New Year's Eve and June 19th. How's the so say? Game time, Texas two-step, knuckle up. I treat these boys like faggots, tear their ass up. Real, recognize the real, throw your hood up. The T.O.P., D-double-L-A-R-A. It's enough bread for everybody. What's the problem? It is what it is, and I keep it real, partner. Throw your hood up unless you's a bitch, nigga. Dip dub in the house, that's what that is, nigga. If you scared, motherfucker, go and call the law. Playing the game good, I'm talking about kick dog. Throw your hood up unless you's a bitch, nigga. Dip dub in the house, that's what that is, nigga. If you scared, motherfucker, go and call the law. Playing the game good, I'm talking about kick dog. Born in Bonton, Texas, raised in Dixon Circle. Where them ass acting niggas take shit personal. You better reevaluate and think about it. Is it worth it? Get your chest blowed out, run up in your house if you ain't careful. The wrong decision can cost your ass 30 years. Fucking with the wrong cat can make your ass disappear. Need to throw your hood up, light some of that good up. Showing out for these hoes, gon' get you boys fucked up. Third coast be kicked no country if you didn't know. This stepchild brackets top dollar from Dallas, you say joke. So if you love having money and you hate being broke, you better get up off your ass for show, for show. Stay on the block with the Glock, my nigga make a spot. Good work will sell itself, trust me, my niggas watch. See all your problems supposed to be money related. Street mode, stick to the G-code, be about your paper. Throw your hood up, unless you a bitch, nigga. Dip dub in the house, that's what that is, nigga. If you scared, motherfucker, go and call the law. Playing the game good, I'm talking about kick dog. Throw your hood up unless you a bitch, nigga. Dip dub in the house, that's what that is, nigga. If you scared, motherfucker, go and call the law. Playing the game good, I'm talking about kick dog. Knocking your shit off the mainframe, nigga. Playing that PlayStation and bullshitting in the trap, nigga. You told to be about your paper, and a nigga like me starving, I'm serving to dip through that bitch, you understand me? Lights out, like I'm coming to store one of them little old Twinkies or something. Say, man, give me a Twinkie, and when you turn around, bam, boom, that's it, bitch, you out of, you heard? Marshall Falks, the Bank of Dallas, right-handed player, coming southpaw. Good famous, world known, pill-ass nigga like Ken Alone. Blowing Reaper like Cheech and Chong, logo is skull to microphone. It's top dollar, done did it. $100 billion type nigga, ghetto fabulous y'all for a minute. Project Ballin' Dog, done did it. Coming down, candy paint, done did that. Screens falling from the sky, done did that. 88 divided by 4, done did that. Ripping grain in a Fleetwood lat, done did that. Pulling all nighters, flipping packs, done did that. Pulling kick over sacks and crash, done did that. Monotonous twice with 3 dice, done did that. Broke one day, rich the next, my nigga, now feel last.
Niggas watching everything, watch my fucking nuts hang. I'm stepping with my loaded heat, jumping deep up in this game. I never was a bullshitter when it came to getting mine. Since I've been a young G, dope been my hustle grind. Mama tried to guide me, daddy rolled stones, man. In and out that penitentiary, made the places home, man. Falling out the house with my granny deuce. On the cut, shooting them dice down the cut, my niggas loose, man. Niggas ain't guessing cause I had the duffel bag, man. Present day the same way, I'm reaching for my ag thing. Beat shooter, gunpowder, lead, what they call that? What's his name? Got broke off in that alley, nigga, boss that. Just can leave him down for the cause right now. $100 stick from the south, I take a stab. If you niggas can't feel me, I ain't giving a fuck, man. You niggas ain't real G's, game leave you stuck, man. You ain't never seen the hot face of the devil. A crimson red killer, a body snatching rebel, a midnight missionary jack move maker. A sneak up on you, hunter, a cut you open. Gator, the main upstairs, be the only thing I bar. I ride solo, bitch, you 40 in the car. I never ask a nigga for a motherfucking thing. Bitch, we take what we deserve, cause bitch, we in this game, and bitch, we cause pain.
Órale, aquí estamos viendo la vida loca. Y si no ves una cosa es otra. Guáchate con los catrachos, porque aquí en esta vida el gobierno te trata gacho. Vos, así es, moviendo y traficando. Aquí estoy con el mero peso, top dollar y el quarter pound. 25 libras, hablando como entraron miles y miles de libras hasta llaves. Vos, viniendo de a mero abajo, y tú sabes, los mexicanos vienen de México con todo el jale. De California a Rento hasta Texas, todo Estados Unidos a los United States. Top of Texas, arriba de Texas, pues aquí estoy sufriendo y que ya lo hice.
Coming down, candy paint, done did that. Screens falling from the sky, done did that. 88 divided by 4, done did that. Ripping grain in a Fleetwood lat, done did that. Pulling all nighters, flipping packs, done did that. Pulling kick over sacks and crash, done did that. Monotonous twice with 3 dice, done did that. Broke one day, rich the next, my nigga, now feel last. Yeah, volume 5, your boy growing. I know y'all still hating, but I'm still making what I do, doing it how I do, you know what I'm saying? MJF, welcome to the family, baby, you know what I'm saying? It's Alright, brother, Records.
Yo, what's up, Dollar Man? What's up, man? Want you let your crew know what's going on down there in the 214, you know what I'm saying? Everybody been coming out with their stuff, you know what I'm talking about? We hearing from everybody. We wanna know what's going on down there in D-Town, you know what I'm talking about? Where them real thugs at, you know what I'm talking about? Where them boys at, you know what I'm talking about? Want you let your crews know what's going on? Holla at us one time, you know what I'm talking about? Give me something, where you at, boy?
Here's your 411 on that 214. Y'all dial 911 if my shit don't blow. A pioneer with this rap as far as Dallas concerned. With gold grills, with attributes, with plenty money to burn. The last man to hit the door and I be the last man standing. I'll be there when the deal go down cause I applied it and planned it. You got to spread your hustle. It ain't about just flexing your muscle. Cause when the folks get at your ass, you ain't got nothing but trouble. You got the dip switch ride, put the game in overdrive. Premeditates and thoughts and moves, the only way you survive. Game recognized game, so what's up, baby? Say what you need, yeah, it's all gravy. Internet, interstate, don't give a damn what it takes. I got to have it, going to get it, coming back with this weight. A heavyweight nigga now, Mr. Shot Caller. And now no shit jump off in Dallas unless I call it.
Aight. Yeah, we feeling you, you know what I'm saying? But now what you tell your boo, where them money hustlers at, you know what I'm talking about? Got to have it, them paper chasers, you know what I'm talking about? Eat money for breakfast, you know what I'm talking
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Hey, world, what's going on? Another beautiful Top Dollar Tuesday, terrific Top Dollar Tuesday that the Lord done made, man. What's really happening, y'all? Last week, I had some technical difficulties. My brother thought I was asleep on him. I wasn't asleep. I couldn't log in right. It was just, I don't know, the devil was working with me, man, because I had some stuff off my chest. Maybe I need to rethink it. You know what I mean? Not so much I didn't need to discuss it or bring it to the table, but I need to rethink it. You know what I mean? That way, when I present it, it comes off as something that we can solve. I'm really, I told y'all I'm pro-black, I'm me, and I'm unapologetic about being me. So you have to understand, I can only tell y'all from my vision, from what I see. And I'm telling y'all, we need to talk to our kids, man. We need to talk to our kids. And, tonight, I'm going to bring my brother up a little later. He gonna kind of change the vibe because on my show I told y'all we talk about everything. It's not just black problems. We talk about world problems, men problems, women problems that everybody have, no matter what race, creed, or color, boy or girl, or boy girl, or girl boy, whatever you is. We'll talk about it on this show. Yeah, this Real Talk Dallas After Dark. And I am your host, Mr. 214 Top Dollar. You heard me? 21 Joe 214. Y'all know what it is with me. Now, I promised y'all from here on out, I said, whenever I get a chance to speak, I was going to talk about some black history because I feel like it's our job to teach black history. If we don't teach it, who going to teach it? Think about that. We sitting up saying, well, and we didn't have black history in school, and our parents didn't have black history in school. Why kids don't have black history in school, but is it still not black history? So I just feel like it's our job to talk about black history, and racism is just a part. Those are worldly problems. Those are not just black and white problems. I want y'all to understand that. A racist person is a racist person. They got something screwed up because they done been taught the wrong shit. It's as simple as that. But, when you black, I want us to, get back to inventing, man. Get back to dressing. You don't have to have on the Gucci suit with the belt and the hood and all that shit, man. Clean up. Get a tape and a fade or something, man. We got to get back to, do y'all remember? We used to be cleaning a son bitch when we went to school. Then when you come home, you get out your school clothes and sit them down, put on your old clothes, go outside and play. Once you finish your homework, you go outside and play. Think about that. And that was the whole neighborhood. That was everybody. Everybody who mom and dad worked and all that. We all had curfews. We all could only go so far. Yeah. Black history, man, is anything that happened in history that hadn't been done before. So if you think about where we came from slavery to now, whoa, what history have we made? If you think about where we came from slavery to now, how many inventions, how many patents? I ain't talking about the sports and the accolades for the movies and all that. I'm talking about how many senators, how many mayors. We got people that were mayors back when it was slavery. The first president, John Hanson, was a black man. He on the back of the $2 bill. But in the first African American NASCAR driver and the first African American to win the Grand National Series. Now, see, that was Wendell Scott. And we talking about, the racing of the cars. Think about the nerve you gotta have to hit that bitch 200 and hold it there for 3 minutes. While you got other people on the side of you and all that, say, man, I don't know if it's a sport, but it's damn sure a skill. Yeah, Wonder Scott, black man. He was our first one. And like we don't think about just small stuff like that. See, anything that we want to do, that we want to participate in, we can be great at it as long as we stop and focus and do that. We tend as a people. I'm not pinpointing nobody. We tend as a people to where you like several things. You know what I mean? I like all music. I don't just like one genre of music. You know what I mean? I can jam all that shit. If it's jamming, it's jamming. Uh, Food and cakes. I eat all of them. We have to focus in and zero in, and whenever we do that, that's when you get greatness. Greatness comes to those that stop and almost get artistic on something because that's what they want to do. And when you want to do something, you learn it. You learn the business of it. You learn the ins and outs of it. You learn the tricks of the trade, and then you go out there and you put it down. When I say put it down, you present your best you of whatever it is you're trying to do. I'm talking about we done so many things in this country to where Black history should be like Juneteenth is coming up here in 2 days. It should be a big deal. Like the July 4th is a big deal. Juneteenth should be a big deal. I so happen to work for the government, so we off, no summer school. So I got a 4-day weekend. Yeah, think about that. When we start talking about Black history, guys, I want y'all to understand that you have to talk to these kids. They don't have no guidance. They don't know what the hell they doing, man. They getting mad and shooting people. We letting these little girls raising hoes. We got all the babies you see know how to twerk, but how many of them can spell? You understand? That shit ain't cute. You sitting up there on your TikTok twerking and all that shit. That shit's not cute. I understand it's cute for your man in the bedroom and y'all doing your thing or something, or y'all at an adult club and y'all dancing. But why we got our kids doing this is such, say, man, this is what's one of the destructive things that we are not paying attention to that's so small that we can correct. I'm talking to y'all about problems in Black history, about things that we can correct. You see the greatness of some of the things we done if we just stop and think about it. How hard is it to get these young men to just pull their pants up, wear a belt? All you gotta do is change the style. Yeah, we got how many people make their own clothes now and all that. Start doing your designs with belts on them. Start using your little old mannequins and having the pants pulled all the way up on your commercials. Start making the actors and everybody wear it a certain way. Change the style. These are things that we can fix. And they seem so small, but I think that the way you look, your presentation, how you feel, that's the way that you are perceived to people. If you walk around with a frown on your face all the time and ain't never speaking to nobody, people perceive, oh man, that nigga mad, or oh, that dude mean. We ain't thinking about it. Black history, y'all. We need to talk to these kids, man. We need to sit them down. I told y'all I got a challenge. 1 hour a week, not one a day, one a week. Get with your family and everybody. Put your cell phones down, your tablets down, your Wi-Fi down, cut it off, and sit at the dinner table and talk to each other about what's going on in y'all lives, how you feel, what's going on. We done lost the line to communicate with our kids unless we fussing and trying to bribe them. Everybody want to be their kid's friend. There's no parenting going on. Well, the key to me to parenting is conversation, is talking. Because I was raised where my mom or dad told me I could do something, then couldn't nobody else out there say shit to me about it. And we got some simple rules to life that's just kind of being overlooked because everybody feel like you better not touch my child, not my child, not mine. We live in the Me Too generation, y'all. We got to correct that shit. We got to address it. We got to sit down, man. These are simple things that I'm talking about that we can do. These are things that needs to be done. I mean, no other way for me to say it for y'all. It needs to be done. Now, let me see what else I got for y'all on Black History, because, like I said, I'm going to keep dropping those jewels, little old statements, stuff that we can relate to, and not a lot, because I ain't trying to beat nobody down with Black History. But I believe that it needs to be discussed and it needs to be talked, and if won't nobody do it, God damn it, I'll do it. Okay, here go a quote. It says, "We're going to fight racism, not with racism, but we're going to fight racism with solidarity." Now that's Fred Hampton. Think about that. We're going to return their hate with us uniting, being one. How far are we away from agreeing on anything as a people? How far are we away from believing the same thing as a people? See, I told y'all I thought we'd have been whitewashed. So, and I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just the only way that I can relate how I feel about where we are. I don't think that we done went backwards, because I don't think we'd have never been in this spot in history to where niggas don't want nothing and being in the projects is cool and all that. How many baby mamas you got? I don't. Niggas say something to you, you start shooting. We too far. We too far out the gap, man. We too far out of bounds. You hear me? We gotta correct this shit. We gotta talk to our kids. Sit them down, man. And all the adults that's listening to me. Go down there to the city hall meetings. Go down there and sit in. Go to the PTA meetings. See, we need to hold y'all ass accountable for these kids y'all sending to school and out here in the world. They're so sensitive to what anything they want to shoot somebody. See, I believe if a kid come up to a school or a school event or a church or a hospital, soft targets, a movie theater, somewhere where there are no guns, that ain't what it is, and start shooting, they should charge the parents. And then I bet you the numbers would go down. Say, for instance, if we done had 100 shootings this year, I bet that number go down, way the fuck down, because people will start paying attention to their kids. They would start talking to their kids. They would start trying to find out or commenting when you know people when they moves change and when they don't answer you right, when they don't look you in your face. You know when there's something going on, but we done got so caught up in society in the Me Too time where we overlook so much little bitty shit, y'all. Shit that we can fix just by opening our mouths. I believe the black man, must reclaim his place in the home in order for anything to work for us. A man that does not have a home is homeless. If you are homeless, how can you help somebody else? I believe that we got to get black families back together. Right now, we got about a 38% marriage rate. Well, back in the 60s and 70s, the 50s and the 40s and all that, it was in the 70s. What didn't happen? It's some trust factors that have been broken, man. It's some things been put in place that we should overlook, because, see, intelligent people, when you know better, you do better. See, these computers that we play on every day, you can Google any goddamn thing. You can find out anything. You got a encyclopedia, you got the whole thing in your hand, no matter what you want to know. How long it take to get to China? Is they really building shit on the moon? Whatever you want to know. So we gonna have to do better, man. And we got to go back, like I said, and claim our homes, man. If you got kids, man, go back, and you got a chance now. Go back, fix your family, man. A family is worth fighting for. Yeah, you're gonna go through some shit. And if you done marry somebody that you love and you know she love you, then go back, man. Because life be life. And all you gotta do is communicate. Most marriages break up because lack of communication. He won't listen to me. She talk too damn much. Yeah. We gotta start back with our families and start talking to our kids, man. Remember the challenge now is for 1 hour a week. No nothing. No tablet, no phone, no nothing. You can't watch nothing on TV, no Wi-Fi. You have to sit at the table and discuss what's going on in your life with you. What you got going on. I'm going to go to commercial. And when I come back, we're going to chop it up a little bit more, man, because y'all know this Mr. 214, 214, 21 Joe, man. Yeah, son.
A friend of mine, I guess we'll call him Lil Johnny this time. Now Lil Johnny lived a life of a hard knot, have not. Project born, raised by the dope spot. Now mama did what she could, but the grind was hard. The last thing he wanted to do was break the Jones heart. But in the process from growing up order, man, sometimes you lose just your reality. Know what I'm saying? Now at the age of 13, Johnny saw his pop shot by a crooked cop while he was cutting school, posted on the block. So understand me when I tell you he done seen some things. Like we be popping it, baby, the Johnny Woods game. Raised in Dixon on that Trey 5-7 beat. Where every
Oh, this is tight. Ugh. Hey, Lil D, can you give me a wrench, please? Appreciate it. I know this is good. Still tight.
Do you even know what you're doing?
Do me a favor. Please go get OG for me.
Got it.
Thanks.
OG, can you please help Chris with the truck? Chris doesn't even know the difference between a 916 and a 5.8.
Oh my God. Let me go ahead.
I come from a poor family. I didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. I come from a poor family. I didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. It all started down in Joppy Church. Everybody knew me. I'm Claudia Faye's baby boy, so why they wanna shoot me? Been lied on, been cheated, been beat for some cash. Did 9 years flat where I was treated like trash, but still remain steadfast and true to the game. Invited God into my life and watched my whole world change. I had to get away from there. So much pain, the drama that my homeboys called drove me insane. Rolling 4 deep, the gangsters call it creep. Revenge in my heart from the agony of defeat. It's a cold, cold world, I would say to my son. Pick up the Bible, be a man, and throw away them guns. Verse 48, another man on the run. When one problem in, that's when another problem comes. So I just open up the good book and read a verse of song. Give thanks for my life and let his will be Christ that turned the water to wine. He be the same Jesus Christ, y'all, that healed the blind. Did you hear what he did down in Capernaum? Healed the servant of Paul, say for the hour was done. He be the same Jesus Christ that went to Peter's house. He touched his mother-in-law's hand and the fever was out. Said the foxes have holes and the birds have nests, but the Son of Man know what for his head to rest. Little prayer, little power, no prayer, no power. Much prayer, much power. You can call it any hour. You remember the 2 fish and the 5 loaves of bread? He looked into the heavens and a multitude was fed. He be the same Jesus Christ that let Peter walk on water. And the woman of Canaan, he healed the daughter. He healed the blind, the lame, the dumb, the maimed. He'll trouble the waters if you call on his name. Come from a closer to God, cause ain't nobody in this church, y'all, promise tomorrow. In the end, he's coming back again and taking all ages. You ain't gotta believe me, go and read Revelations. I thank him for my life, so I treat people right, because he said he's coming back like a thief in the night. Nobody knows the time, nobody knows the hour. Now how can you not know a man with that kind of power? I come from a poor
introduce the world to MJF, the newest member of the Stepchild Records.
Top dollar make me old on holler.
Quarter pound in the house. Street game. Yo, fat.
Coming down, candy paint, done did that. Screens falling from the sky, done did that. 88 divided by 4, done did that. Ripping grain in a Fleetwood lat, done did that. Pulling all nighters, flipping packs, done did that. Pulling kick over stacks and crack, done did that. Monotomized with 3 dice, done did that. Broke one day, rich the next, my nigga, now feel that. I'm trying to get my Bill Gates on, excuse me. Don't get me wrong, get me right, niggas, excuse me. Selling a thing for my soul, but I done told y'all that. And I don't love none of these hoes, and I done showed y'all that. I spit these flows like I'm supposed to, and we can choke on that. See, I'm the coldest cat I know rapping, dog. Y'all run, tell that. If you sell dodo when you smoke, then I got your sack. But all that bumping, stunting, run, I capping, fuck all that. Chicken sugar, that's the plan. Put my city on the map. Make cats who hate me when they see me say Top did that. I'm trying to beat up the block in an armored truck, sitting on some Martian Fox. The bank of Dallas, right-handed player, coming southpaw. World famous, world known. Pimp ass nigga like Ken Alone. Blowing Reaper like Cheating Chone. Logo is skull to microphone. It's top dollar, done did it. $100 billion type nigga. Ghetto fabulous y'all for a minute. Project Ballin' Dog done did it. Coming down, candy paint done did that. Screens falling from the sky done did that. 88 divided by 4 done did that. Ripping grain in a Fleetwood lat done did that. Pulling all nighters, flipping packs done did that. Pulling kick over stacks and crack done did that. Monotomized with 3 dice done did that. Broke one day, rich the next, my nigga, now feel that.
Niggas watching everything, watch my fucking nuts hang. I'm stepping with my loaded heat, jumping deep up in this game. I never was a bullshitter when it came to getting mine. Since I've been a young G, dope been my hustle grind. Mama tried to guide me, daddy rolled stones, man. In and out that penitentiary, made the place his home, man. Falling out the house with my granny deuce. on the cut, shooting them dice down the cut. My niggas loose, man. Niggas ain't guessing cause I had the duffel bag, man. Present day the same way, I'm reaching for my ag thing. Beat shooter, gunpowder, lead, what they call that? What's his name? Got broke off in that alley, nigga, boss. Let's believe I'm down for the cause right now. $100 stick from the south, I take a stab. If you niggas can't feel me, I ain't giving a fuck. Man, you niggas ain't real G's, game leave you stuck. Man, you ain't never seen the hot face of the devil. A crimson red killer, a body snatching rebel, a midnight missionary jack move maker. A sneak up on you, hunter, a cut you open. Gator, the main upstairs, be the only thing I bar. I ride solo, bitch, you 40 in the car. I never ask a nigga for a motherfucking thing. Bitch, we take what we deserve, cause bitch, we in this game, and bitch, we causing pain.
Órale, aquí estamos viendo la vida loca. Y si no ves una cosa es otra. Guáchate con los catrachos, porque aquí en esta vida el gobierno te trata gacho. Vos, así es, moviendo y traficando. Aquí estoy con el mero peso, top dollar y el quarter pound. 25 libras, hablando como entraron miles, miles y miles de libras hasta llaves. Vos, viniendo de a mero abajo, y tú sabes, los mexicanos vienen de México con todo el jale. De California a Rento hasta Texas, todo Estados Unidos a los United States. Chapa Texas, arriba de Texas, pues aquí estoy sufriendo y que ya lo hice.
Coming down, candy paint, done did that. Screens falling from the sky, done did that. 88 divided by 4, done did that. Ripping grain in a Fleetwood lat, done did that. Pulling all nighters, flipping packs, done did that. Pulling kickos and stacks and cracks, done did that. Monotomized with 3 dice, done did that. Broke one day, rich the next, my nigga, now feel that. Yeah, volume 5, your boy growing. I know y'all still hating, but
Yo, Top, I know you hear that steady going off on your hip. Man, won't you catch that and call me back?
man, that's Tamika, man. I'm still trying to get rid of that broad.
Man, I met a Tamika about 2 summers ago. 2 years ago, I met Tamika, I think the middle of July. I can't lie, the first time I saw her, she was looking fly. Matter of fact, I was getting Yo, let me get some she was Optimo. too. I kept playing ass girl, say, what you about to do? Went to the counter, paid ass 5D, she started looking funny. Didn't pay no mind, I said, I got you, and pulled out my money. Step back outside, we conversating, I'm checking out little mama. Had a session in the studio, so I got Tamika's number. 2 months passed, I called on the Tuesday, 2:30 on the cool. T. Jones answered, said Tamika has made home from school. Ma'am, if you don't mind me asking, how old is your daughter?
Met baby girl in the projects, it was summertime. Daisy Duke to the halter top, Duke your brace talking DUI. Knuckle down, I'm pulling over to the curb. I asked how old she was, she said I was grown. I said word, proceed with Eagle Feed, quoting lyrics from my people, talking about the millennium sold out, Cadillacs and Regals. Her whole conversation was about the lick. Say she from the city where we from, she want to represent. Licking her lips, and for a sip, smoking black and mild. Looking at her thigh, she pointed out, tatted stepchild. You with that? Represent that. Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass mate.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass mate.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
She'll get caught up in a cycle, hollering at a pimp. Her mama standing in the door, signaling, come here. Sundress, hair done in cornrows, contacts make a little Creole. She said she done look Benny hair once or twice before. I recognized her face, she said I dance, I know. I told him, come on, both of them, let's go. Tamika, look.
People think Tamika tripping now, cause Tamika stripping now. But Tamika ain't crazy now, Tamika got a little baby now. She learned too much early. Everybody know what Tamika. When she was 15, her mother was 30. Everybody know what Tamika. I ain't mad at you, just be careful and do what you do. Tamika, take care of that hard-headed son and get your revenue.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass mate.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass mate.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed Baby girl, they say you just 15. Done told me about you look like you just too fine for your own damn good. But you can call me back when you hit 18 and I'll take you to the crib in the hood. Look at you looking like that today. Look, mama, hey, what's your name? Quit looking at me like that, baby girl. They say you just 15. Done told me about you look like you just too fine for your own damn good. But you can call me back when you hit 18 and I'll take you to the crib in the hood.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass mate. Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up. Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass mate. Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back, man. Welcome back, man. Thank you, everybody, for rocking with me, man. I see you, Woody. I see you. Say, I want to give y'all a quote, and just don't even think about it. Let it marinate, okay? Racism is so universal in this country, so widespread and disrespectful that it's invisible because it's normal. Let that sink in for a minute. Racism, that's hatred, y'all. That's hatred. And this is why we struggle with it as a people. We don't hate nothing. We accept everything from everybody. We're going to have to do better, man. We're going to have to do better, family. Now, Dallas After Dark is always sponsored by Grillo's Barbecue and Catering, You ring, we bring. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need no teeth to eat our beef. So keep that right there on the deck. We got some commercials for y'all. We got stuff we be rolling. Now on Nostalgic Radio, we trying to do some big things. We're trying to put it all together, but it's, if you ain't rolling with us, then you getting rolled over. It's just that simple. The train, ain't no brakes on this bitch. My brother and I already set it loose. Now, I'm going to change subjects a little bit, and I want to talk about, just briefly, because everybody's been talking about it, and the shit it's on my, the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, America's team. Fuck what you heard. We them boys. Yeah, we still them motherfucking boys. Now, they traded for George Pickens, and everybody went crazy. Then we went through the draft, and we got a guard, which was great. But then that's all we got. Everything else got a question mark by it. Now, the boy we got out of Boston College, supposed to be a pass rusher. Hell, we got 4 or 5 pass rushers. I mean, we do. We got Williams, he coming back. Parsons, we got the boy we signed back from Washington. Then the boy we drafted last year from San Diego State. That's 4 right there, 4 defensive ends. See, with that second round pick, there should have been a starting running back. Because we can't run the football. And we can't stop the run. Where in order to be a competitive team and actually call yourself a championship contender, you're going to have to be able to do that. Unless you got Patty Mahomes over there, and they doing their thing. But, Patty's not a normal nigga. He's special. We playing with normal niggas around here. Think about what I'm telling y'all. And Jerry, pay Michael. Get this shit over with. Where he at now? 42, 43. You better pay this nigga for TJ Watt and the boy from Cincinnati, Henderson. You better pay this boy. What's wrong with you? You really gonna let everybody get paid and reset the market again? That never works for us when he do that. It didn't work with Ezekiel. It's not working with Dak. I'd have traded Parsons' ass anyway, me personally, but he's a hell of a little old player. I just think we playing him out of position. I believe he's a middle linebacker. He run 4-3-3 or 4-3-5 or something. Let him go sideline to sideline and do what he was All-American doing. And you can still rush him from anywhere. Now you're not just sitting on one side where, you can run away from him or come up with a blocking scheme to block him. He's blockable. Play about 65 snaps a game. We play 16, 18 games. If he get what? 1 sack a game, that's out of those 65 plays. He right there in one spot, and you can actually scheme for him, scheme against it. I don't think that we're gonna do shit until we can stop the run and run the football. Now we hopeful with the running backs we got, Miles Sanders and the Williams boy we got from Denver, and then the 2 draft picks. Everybody's sleeping on Moffitt. They know about the boy we got from Texas. Everybody know about him. But is any of these guys what that is? See, anytime the Cowboys have never been good, we had a running back, and he was what that was. Yeah, think about it. Even back in the 70s and 60s, we could never get over the hump. So put the boys in the backfield, what you do? The Dwayne Thomases and all that, the Tony Dorsetts, yeah. The Herschel Walkers, yeah. I'm talking about Hall of Fame type niggas. I ain't talking about the Emmitt Smiths, yeah. So I just feel like the guys that we got, the Miles Sanders, all of them, is that what that is? See, in order for us to compete where I think we should be competing for Super Bowls, because we playing through players' little old career. They playing their careers out and leaving and going to other teams and playing a year or two and coming back like Tyron and retiring and shit. Man, Tyron was a beast. Never played in an NFC Championship game. Just like Zach Martin. Just like Fredericks, the center. See, we finna do the same thing just like Jason Witten. We finna do the same thing just like with DeMarcus Ware. But he did go to Denver and get a ring. We playing through players' puberty, man, when the window is open. Right now, Dak is healthy. Why the fuck don't Jerry go get a running back? He just let Chubb get signed free agency at Houston. Now, he coming off a knee injury, but everybody know that's a boy. If he come back ready to play, shit. What's the boy? A.K. Dobbs or whatever his name is. Jerry didn't want him. And I'm just naming backs that I know that got a track record like Miles Sanders and the boy Williams, but they track records are a little more in-depth. Buffalo with the Cooks boy, they don't want it. Go get him. Tell him like you tell everybody else, nigga, play this year and I pay you at the end of the year when you're a free agent. Make the decision then. Make him come in with his ass on fire and play. Ain't that what we doing to George Pickens? Don't tell me you're going to extend him before he play. Ain't no telling about Mr. Jones. See, Mr. Jones will do some shit because he's so smart, He's a billionaire. And for somebody to not be on his level financially, it's hard for him to listen to advice. And then when it comes to the Cowboys, that's where he done put all his money, suck all his money, pulled him up out the red from when he first bought the team. So for them to be worth, $10, $12 billion right now, man, dude paid $168 million for this club. So it's hard for him to take advice for somebody with lesser. Because again, it's a business. The bottom line is it's a business. And Jerry knows how to run the goddamn business. Oh yeah, he know how to get squeeze the dollar. But he don't know shit about football and trying to do what we need to do. He don't let his he know. I take that back. He don't let his ego get in the way. So now he want the credit. You gonna get the credit, your ass wipe. You the owner. You write the checks. Go sit your ass down with a cigar and a drink and chill. I think he's 82 years old, still doing this bumbleclot ass shit. And the last thing I gotta say about him is our coach. I don't know if Shady gonna be a good coach or not. I just don't think the Dallas Cowboys should have been his first head coaching job. Because regardless of how good he is with controlling the room and people, it's gonna be some game time situations where he gonna have to make calls and he ain't gonna have time to think about it. You gotta know. And that comes with repetition. Down and distance, your favorite players, who hurt, who ain't, who in the game, who not. And you gotta at the instant, at the snap, let's do this. I don't know. And I know Washington coach because he was here. We all know Philly coaches. Philly been doing their damn thing. Fuck them, but they been doing their damn thing. And even the whole ass Giants look like they done got better. I'm so glad they was too stupid to get Shedeur Sanders. Because see, if they had got a quarterback, then they'd have had some action. They got a quarterback, but I think they got the lesser of the two. When they traded back up to get him, that could have been Shedeur right there. And they still would have had Abdul Carter. And they would have had a starting quarterback. But other than that, their roster starting to fill out. Yeah, they starting to fill out. So for us to be competitive, first you got to win your little division in the NFC. I believe we got to be able to stop the run and run the football. We done had this problem forever on this stopping the run. Whenever you need something, you just turn around and hand it to a motherfucker and they go straight up the middle for 8, 10 yards. That's been our problem for shit. I know 20 years. Jerry has yet to get his ass out the way, hire somebody, and hold them accountable for what's going on the field. Just kick back. That big old beautiful yacht and all that, drop back. So when you think about it, say, man, the Cowboys, we got problems, man. I hate to say it, y'all, but we got a few problems. But maybe we'll get it, maybe luck is on the D, on the triple D. Cause that boy, what's his name? For the Mavericks, hell, he fucked Luke off or didn't get nothing back for him or didn't get enough back for him. And then they turn around and now they got the first pick in the draft and we ain't never won the lottery. We ain't never moved up in the motherfucker. Y'all want to tell me it ain't said, it ain't rigged? That, oh, what a coincidence, huh? First time ever. Because, you have to have something marketable. And what we had was getting too colorful. And if you know anything about the city, this ain't the place for that. We can get down, but the white boy got to be the shit. And if the nigga's the shit, he like that. Look how we treat that. We talk about that boy like he can't play no ball. But every time he finish a season, we 12-5, 10-6. Well, that takes something. Like I told you, the game management, that knowing players, knowing distance, down and distance. It tells you something about a player when he can do these type of things. That's part of greatness, y'all. That's part of what made Patrick Mahomes so great. That's why he's so hard to sack. It's not a running quarterback, but if you turn your back to him, he's gonna take off running. Yeah, Patty Mahomes. He's not a running quarterback, but if you turn your back on him, he's gonna take off on you. Now, that's my little old sports. I only do my little old Dallas thing. The Rangers, they borderline right now, so I ain't gonna give them no attention. But we got a hell of a pitching team. Yeah, we got a hell of a set of pitchers if they all can ever get healthy and pitch. But I'm finna change gears, change motions one more time on y'all. And this time I got some comments I want to make about the Diddler. Just say no to Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy. I believe they done proved Rico. They got him, right, paying for shit. His accountant for his company paying for dope and paying for pussy and dick and paying the prostitute. Yeah, they writing checks, but they doing it on the company shit. So for me, that's a wrap. But they've been getting rid of jurors and shit. Well, here they finna be through with all the testimony in just a minute. And look how much testimony them been given. Now you want to change jurors. I don't understand that. But that's money. Then they had another juror they changed, and they changed him because they said he didn't stay, in the area. He done moved. How the hell they know he done moved? There's some shit going on in the game. Because if that's the only reason you don't want him to be on the jury, this is week what, 4 or 5? Could have been and got rid of him. But the judge they removed him. And because he said he stayed somewhere else and he was on that side of town, a couple of times a week with his family. So they removed him. But think about what that boy going through sitting there. They done dropped all the tapes now. Oh, well, they done dropped a bunch of tapes. I can't say they done dropped them all. And Kanye, he brought his punk ass up there, but he don't go in the courtroom. He want to go in the, sideshow room, the overflow room. And he stay about 20 minutes, then bounce back out of there. His girl wasn't with it. And that's just, keep the controversy going. You know what I mean? And he was trying to show his support for Diddy. Diddy's son Combs met him at the door. He had his little old shirt on, so he got put out. They sent his ass out. So you have to think about all that. So Diddy to me has got a long way to go. And I think everybody knew it. And I think that's why they playing with the jurors and all that shit. I think everybody that come to the realization that this motherfucker's evil and rotten, and he was controlling people. He had their monies, their cars, their bank accounts. He had everything. Motherfucker going somewhere without him, shit. He grabbed his phone and hit an app. Boom. Oh, you over there? What you doing over there? He sent his boys go get the bitch. So we got to make sure, man, when we looking at this shit, we paying attention because they throwing a bunch of people names out there. I'm only talking about the names that came up during the testimony, not the rumors and all the shit on YouTube and all that. Because a lot don't care who tell it. But Diddy ass is in a world of trouble if you ask me. Now, I'm not even sure, y'all, if y'all understand what I'm telling you. They done proved that he paid for the shit with his company money on their dime. He approved the shit. They called and asked him, you know what I mean? And he said yeah and all that bullshit. I don't understand. I just don't understand why. I just don't get it. You got $1 billion and you out there playing in somebody's booty. I don't understand. And people say, well, it was done to him. So that make you keep doing it? Because, that's what I feel about most of the homosexuals. I said most, not all. Some of y'all just like Dwayne Wade and Magic Johnson, son. Like they sons. Grew up with money. Ain't nobody fuck with them, but they was with their mamas and sisters and shit. They saw them dressing up and doing their hair and putting on heels and putting on dresses. And it was cute when he was little doing that shit. Yeah, when he was 3, 4, 5, 6, oh, it was cute. Everybody was laughing. They was tick-tocking their ass off. Then when he come in there when he's 16, tell him he want a dick in his ass, what you gonna tell him? Again, we got to talk to these kids. We're going to have to be mindful. Do y'all understand the shit that P. Diddy going through? This, to me, seems just so... I think they done proved their case, but I think they done talked about a bunch of shit that was irrelevant. But I guess that's the drama of billionaires, attorneys. You got to build it up and paint a picture and add shit in and add shit in, because so far every time they bring a different witness, they put a different nail in the coffin. In the minute the goddamn coffin is finna be shut, then what is Diddy gonna do then? He done been caught fucking with the jurors and nodding at them and all that bullshit. He done been warned with that shit. He done come in with his little swag on. The nigga done cried in court, put his hands in his motherfucking his head in his hands. All the emotions from 0 to 10. What are you gonna do now? Or with them fucking with the jury at this point of the trial, do y'all think that might get Diddy a chance? Because the X factor is Trump gonna overturn it anyway. Nobody's talking about that part of it, but that's still a possibility. Yeah, Donald Trump, he may pardon P. Diddy when all this is over. He can't do it now because he had trial. They everybody making money. He can't just tell them they can't finish draining this money. See, proving the RICO charge means they're going to be able to get all of his money, not some of it, because he used company money. That's the key. I'm talking about all the houses, homes, everything. He going to lose everything if they get him with the RICO. And his lawyers, they've been hitting back, and they've been making some good points. But I believe that the plaintiffs proved a point. They brought victims up there and let them tell motherfuckers hey man, that nigga heard me out. What? Yeah. Here go this text message. Here go this text message. So they drew a picture, and you can see these old dirty leg ass bras. They always got an angle, I'm over here with them, so it's all right. I'm gonna suck his dick because I'm with P. Diddy. He can fuck me, or I can be the freak in the freak out shit because that's P. Diddy. Well, at what point was it not all right? Because all you had to do was stop. See, grown folks have that power. You don't have to keep coming back. See, he didn't have no van coming by scooping y'all up, kidnapping y'all ass. Y'all got dressed and came over there and y'all white with no panties on your own and knew what he was going to do to you because he been doing it to you. That's the part that I think is hard to wrap your head around. But I think they'd improve the RICO. So we're going to see what they do with the P. Diddy, the deadlock. Because, man, and they still ain't said, the key names, the names that we thinking about. So I won't say them today. But they on his ass. An opinion is only what the public think of you. And they on that boy ass. Do you hear me? I tell y'all we're going to go to commercial. And I'm going to come right back with y'all, man. And we're going to chop it up. Y'all hang in there. You hear me? I see you, Woody Wood. Yeah, sir.
keeping a bad bitch in the car, knowing nothing in life but to go out and get it, grind all day, scratch, player, period. Who me? Don't get it twisted, I'm a self-made entity. The mayor, South Dino, hip-hop district of 214. I'm top dollar, make dollar, other dollar, Mac dollars. Lone Star State, representer, playboy, the city of Dallas. Flamethrower, heavy hitter, gifted gab, something serious. STTEPPCILD. Yeah, your boy got lyrics. MC in his truest form. Crushing crews, how they come. Solo Johnson's album drop constant, damn near done. So I agree to disagree with most of you cats exploiting and fucking up rap. The top of Texas, how you love that? Black ball like Connie Hawkins, but still I came metaphoric and a calico and make them feel my pain. Cruising down the street in my Chevy big body. I'm up in Highland Hills, rolling through Paulding College. Stopped by the gym to shoot some hoops. I saw this bopper named Tamika talking about top, what it do? Another big body looking just like me. I took a second look, it's my boy Lil B. He rolled down the window, blowing smoke in my face. Said DUI, got a session at Clip Blue at 8.
Pay attention what the hood say.
Come on, motherfucker. Come on.
Aces and eights, stuck at the gate. Playboy, I'm pushing this weight. Granted, no wins, I clean my slate. I served these fiends, but I kept my faith. You a hustler? You got to sell more than dope. If you a killer, how the fuck do the living know? Bitch, I kill. Your nigga, I steal. Your hair now on feel. Let me flip out in this motherfucker. I'm blowing buildings. God is good all the time. Life is beautiful, fuck dying. That means you hoe ass niggas keep your bitch ass in line. Everything ain't for everybody and stun ain't for me. Fuck over top at 2 o'clock, you're dead 2:45. Remain calm, weather the storm. I was born to perform. Bitches pay me, make music pay me. I'll be multi before I'm done. How you gon' bullshit the bullshit till you not, nigga? How you gon' get rich sitting on your ass getting high, nigga? Y'all keep that stun in New Orleans, can't do no front with no orders. I need cash for my goods, I'm blowing up shit just for starters. If I can see you, I can touch you, that's the ski low, the last man standing. That's how I planned it, for real though. Icon, underground Dallas, hip-hop, legendary status. You know me, Mr. Shabby, that Dixon Circle slash Bonton, nigga. Boys in my hood, they splitting the bar, sipping on bar. And keeping a bad bitch in the car, knowing nothing in life but to go out and get it, grind all day for scratch, player, period.
Payback the motherfucker, ain't
Concentrating about confetti, say M.O.B. Your boy the bad and I'm trying to get it. I'm sick and I can't quit. That's why I dropped this remix. Ain't gon' pay who? Shit, y'all don't know who y'all fucking with. My own T. Jones say I'm thugged out. I'm posted up in South Dallas, selling CDs out the drug house. I might be wrong, but I'm sold out. Cause I'm gon' get mine, and that's bottom line, ain't no doubt. Cause the boys in my hood, they splitting the gar, sipping on bar, and keeping a bad bitch in the car. Knowing nothing in life but to go out and get it, grind all day for scratch, player, period.
Make 'em clap to this. Make 'em clap to this. Make 'em clap to this. Make 'em clap to this.
From a baby mama brother.
They got love for me. We just some real G's rolling Texas, loving this cheater. I got love for Tina. They got love for me. East Coast, West Coast, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for Tina. They got love for me. Shreveport, Monroe, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for Tina. They got love for me. So I ride till I leave guaranteed.
Now bitch, now I'll get started. Cause would ever ride? The one that try to stop me, you can call a bitch if they die. Too many cried, too many fail, and I'm still standing. And the reason for no rain because it's too damn demanding. No understanding. We talking to me about other brothers, how it is, mom. Only child, there be no other say on me. But never give a damn, I'm Ebenezer. And never give my bread to no drinking ass geezer. Why you a drinking trick, please? You know my pockets be sick. I'm on the hunt for the lean, it ain't about to quit. New millennium, wanna be equal, have on your income tax. Let me hold your credit cards, so I can run up to the max. You know my time be blocked up like them cement shoes. On the grind with my kids, I have no time to lose. On my way from down south, then I'm headed up north. For me to west, my partner Troy, I take for what it is worth.
I got love for Cheetah, they got love for me. Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for Cheetah, they got love for me. St. Louis, KC, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for Cheetah, they got love for me. Jacktown, Vicksburg, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for Cheetah, they got love for me. Little Rock, El Dorado, man, they love these cheaters.
I'm everywhere you wanna be, I'm like a visa. Woody wood up in this bitch, Ebenezer. With the twitch in my finger, I have them bouncing like switches. I'm Southern G, put it down, and it's not all about riches. I'll make you change your tone. When I slide in the room, a straight hustler in the grove, sweeping haters with broom. Like to meet your doom. I take my people, they down, don't take that long floor. And that goes for any time. We the one that get it started. When we started, won't end. None of my rules can't be broken in that damn so won't be. I'm always heating up like a heater. White holes like mosquitoes. Best to watch yourself, cause I explode like torpedoes. And bad with other cheaters. Never been a woman beater. You can call me Ebenezer with it wood, sweet Peter. What's up with senorita? The polished off a leader. And when she's acting up, I let her know that I don't need her.
I got love for Cheetah, they got love for me. Bill from Montana, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for Cheetah, they got love for me. Huntsville, Louisville, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for Cheetah, they got love for me. Myrtle Beach, Tampa Bay, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for Cheetah, they got love for me. The whole Southern Blue player, man, they love these cheaters.
I'm acting bad, some say it's good. It's your number one lunatic, Woody Wood. With a brother from South D, you know I lead. I'm out here out on the cut, we making major green. So set your shit down, I'm straight out the book, you see. I'm blowing big and everywhere I go with T to G. Whack my age, keep a fade and I stay high. It's about clocking these dollars, you know the reason why. We want these clothes and these cars and these road chains. I'm hustling day to day with a dollar trying to maintain. Hope they afraid, but I do have a mental block. Too many hoes in Dallas, Texas, out here slanging cock. I'm out here cheating, running hoes like a wooden track. This should have put a Woody Wood up in the flick the Mac. It's hardcore on the grind. Do you wanna play? Back in the gap, they used to call a player Jiggy J. Right.
I got love for cheaters, they got love for me. East side, west side, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for cheaters, they got love for me. North side, south side, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for cheaters, they got love for me. Midwest, third coast, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for cheaters, they got love for me. You know the whole down world, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for cheaters, they got love for me. East side, west side, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for cheaters, they got love for me. North side, south side, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for cheaters, they got love for me. Midwest, third coast, man, they love these cheaters. I got love for cheaters, they got love for me. You know the whole down world, man, they love these cheaters.
Southern cheetah.
Hey everybody, hey, welcome back, man, to the second half of the show, man. You know, the power hour as they call it. But before we get into it, I do want to say happy Father's Day. Even though being a father is not celebrated like I think it should be, uh, you know, we have to cook on Father's Day. Think about that. You know, we had a barbecue. Who on the grill? Oh, now, mom on Mother's Day, you think she cooking? Just think about that. And then we have so many people that take care of their kids and do what a father should do what the court say. Some just in those type of situations, but they get no respect. Nothing is said to them. So I got a hats off to y'all. It was Sunday. Today is Tuesday. Happy Father's Day, man. to all the fathers, to all the men that are fathers. Now, I'm gonna bring my brother up, Jason, and we're gonna change the subject and start talking about some more problems, cause it's so much shit you can talk about. We finna talk about it. Come on up, Jake. Come on up on the screen and let's get started with this power hour. You know what I'm saying?
on? What's going on? Thanks for having me on. It's been a minute that we've been able to talk our stuff because I've
Yeah,
been
man.
so busy on the back end.
But
So I
I've been popping off every week. I've been popping off every week.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I've been watching this been some great shows, some great topics that people, like I said, we talk about things that people just don't want to address.
Yeah,
And
it's the
so
simple things that we can correct.
right. The simple
Everything.
thing.
Yeah, everything's not the white man won't let me do this, and somebody. No, we talking about normal human being problems.
Right. And
We ain't
that
talking
right
about
there,
your color. We ain't talking
like
about your color, or your religion, or your horse, or your dog.
right. And that right there is my biggest issue. You already know. Like I'm so sick of people being like, "Well, a white man," and you got to understand that we black, and you got to understand that it's like it. I know that we've been through some things. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about our culture. I'm all about ours. But at some point, my guy, you got to sit back, look at your life, and be like, "What did I do to put me here?" Every
Yeah.
person locked up ain't innocent, right? Every person locked up wasn't mistreated by the courts. Some people really belong to be in that motherfucker. And I'm just being real.
Ah,
Some people live their whole life doing shit that eventually led them down that road. And I understand that, coming from my background, coming from what I know, I understand that like people didn't have choices. Shit, I was on the streets at the age of 13. I hustled just like everybody else, but I still kept my morals about me. It was just some things you couldn't get me to do. It was some things that you just could not get me to do
yeah, but this generation now, they don't have no backbone.
at all.
They don't know what no rule. They don't even put rules on themselves. If I make $100, I'm gonna save 20. They just for themselves. They don't even do that.
Right. They don't
It's
even
like
look at, yeah, you're right. Go
I'm
ahead.
thinking, for instance, Yellow Beezy go to jail. They give him a $2 million bond. He come in there and say, "I can't pay that."
Right.
What? But on all your videos, you got a head full of money, hand just stacked.
Absolutely.
Black folks like to look rich and not be rich.
Right. My one thing Trick Daddy said, man, I watched the video yesterday. Trick Daddy said, and it's so powerful even to this day. He said, my granddad told me if you can walk into your closet, look at your car, and see more money in your house than in your bank account, you the dumbest nigga on the planet. And I that's the truth. We rather wear it on us. We rather rock the chains. We rather wear the Gucci bags. We rather if you can't afford it, don't buy it. That's how. If you can't miss the money that you spend on that type of stuff, don't buy it. Cause nigga, I know you probably got it. Cause I know I do. I get motherfuckers that I see at the club throwing bottles, popping bottles, smoking weed, doing all that, and then turn around and call me and be like, I need $100, bro.
Yeah, that kind of shit. That kind of shit. Priorities just all the fuck out of whack. Yeah, see, we rather, like I say, we rather look rich than be rich, and this is the most amazing part about that, Jason. Normally in this country, it ain't nothing that we done seen that we don't copy that we can't do.
Right.
That white boy got a hold on us, and we ain't figured out how to just walk away. That shit's over with. It's like
And
a bad
that's
relationship. Walk away.
man, and that's so true. Let me tell you why I say this and why I say this, and I agree with you so hardly on that because we just talked about that on a call today. It's an announcement that I'm going to make with us as a team that we're stepping into a different realm of education. Like us as nostalgic, we're stepping into a realm, and I've been working on it for the last couple of months with a person, with a doctor out of Dallas. She's actually lives right in Cedar Hill. She's actually opening up a school called Beam Academy right across the street from at a small church in between Carter High School and I just know it's across the street from Friendship West and between Carter High School and it's something else on the other side. I can't remember. But we were talking about that today, and one of the things that I'm able to implement is I said it ain't about just changing the mindset of the kids because we can work on them all day, but if they go home and listen to the same ignorance coming out of their mama's mouth, we just throwing bricks at a brick wall,
That's
hoping it'll
right.
move.
That's right.
But
That's right.
the program that they're setting up top is gonna the parents have to be involved. They have to because the kids only go to school 4 out of actual classes 4 out of the 5 days, and then they have what we call lab days. So if your kid wants to be an entrepreneur, we have things to where here's the task that he needs to do this every Friday. So what business? Let's start creating the business now, right? What only way to do that is to get the parents involved. And if that's where even just getting enrolled in the school, the parents have to, just like the kids have to do an evaluation, we have to evaluate the parents. And it's like what you said. Now we're building an ecosystem that makes the parents be responsible for
That's
your
right.
child's
That's right.
education.
That's
Make the
right.
parents be responsible for
That's
this
right.
kid growing, because now stop complaining about a school system failing your kids that you're
Right.
not involved in. I bet we couldn't get 20 parents that are at the school meetings. 20 parents, but if you go to them white schools, them people, they at their kids
They got
PTAs,
standing room
they at
only. They have
right,
standing room only.
because they understand the value of education. Meanwhile, we're on the other side yelling the system ain't for us. So
Yeah.
now, but you don't see nobody creating a school that says, hey, yes, we're going to meet the curriculum of what the state says, is what our system says. But they are basically saying, but we're going to teach the extra stuff that we need to teach our kids to not wait till you're 40 to decide to start your own business. Start it
Right.
now. Don't
Right.
do this. Let's encourage them now. Man,
Right.
it's such a phenomenal thing. I don't want to get too much in it, but because you said that, I'm like, the fact that this system that she's building is saying no, we got to re-educate the parents too.
Oh
And
yeah.
if we can't do that, then basically, I told them today, Top, and I was going to talk to you. Man, I'm so glad you invited me on the show because I was going to call you on this one. I said, do you notice how many kids now are straight A students, straight 4.0 graduates? Every is no student really failed? Do you think that's a coincidence?
No, well they got rules now. They don't. You don't want to fail the kids. No, they just pass them on anyway. We got kids in the 10th and 11th grade, and they can't even sign their name in cursive. They don't know what 7 times 7 is. They have problems with division and fractions and shit. It's like what? And see at that point, and where they at maturing, and the shit that's happening outside in the neighborhood, they need something like you talking about, some type of organization to where they doing something that's productive that they want to do. That's the key. We got to start opening up the lines of communication with our kids. And like I said, we got to get the black men back in the home, man. We got to start coming up with some more strong black families.
Yep. And that's what I'm and I got you. And that's where I'm sitting back. Uh okay. That's where I'm sitting back and I'm looking at that when they came to me and they were literally like, hey, this is what it is, da 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 da. I came back and said, hey, I'm a part of it. I was like, nostalgic, we're behind you. Let's see what we can do. Because
Okay.
you're talking to a group of people that are on this station. Actually, the way I got on was one of our shows, Good Vibes with I Live Fit. Good Vibes podcast with I Live Fit, hosted by I Live Fit. I'm sorry. They brought them on while I was in LA, so I kind of took time out to do their show on Sunday. And the guy was telling me about the school, and I said, hey, I want to know more. Not because I was trying to be involved, but because a school like that is going to take financing and investing from our culture in order to make it work. So, with our investors and the things we have, I wanted to bring that to the table. Well, after sitting with them and talking with them for 2 hours on Monday, it was like, Jason, we need people like you on our board. people who are looking to see this different. Because I'm like, you're gonna need teachers who are not sold on the system that they've been taught to teach in
Yeah.
to make this work. So that's where I'm saying the parents, and like you were started out, the dads, the things like that, we need to get those people. Because I'm like, with and the best part about it is they're building these schools inside of our black churches,
Mm.
because that's where we started our education. How come they rush so hard to get us away from that?
Well, you know, church and praying gives you a peace of mind. You know what I mean? It
Right.
levels you off. Normally, think about this when we were growing up. When you go to church on Sunday, when you get out of church, that time, from the time you get home to the time you lay down, is the best time of the whole week.
Right.
Because
Absolutely.
that vibe, that feeling, everything's good. You know, I mean, it's a good feeling. And like you said, they took God out of the institutions, and we're gonna have to usher him back in. We're gonna have to stand up. Now we're gonna do this and mean that, man, and know why we're doing it. And don't feel bad because you got a flag up that's your flag. But don't get
Right.
mad when they say, okay, you can't have no more of this money.
Right. Go out and figure out how to get that money. And the way to do that is create our own entrepreneurship, create our
Right.
own funding, create our own. If we are such so pro black, a school like this should be the next generation of us supporting. I should be able to open a GoFundMe right now and say, support the opening of this school. But guess what? That won't happen.
Now, niggas talk about shit. They ain't gonna put their money behind it. They go,
Absolutely.
they going to go buy some fake this and the diamond this and grills in their mouth and rims on the car, not even understanding that we have to make sure that what we leave here is what the next generation got to work with.
Yes.
See, we got to try to set them up better than we were set up. Our parents set us
Absolutely.
up better than they was.
Absolutely.
No matter what we think about the 60s and 70s and right now, the 2000s, tell me we're not in a better place as people.
Absolutely. But I wanted to say, like, what you were getting into when you were talking about fathers, like, that's where we're really pushing that edge on fathers. I love Father's Day. There's a movement on TikTok called Dad Supporting Dads. And for the first time, you see black, whites, Mexicans, all of them sharing and doing the same posts and tagging other dads and following other dads. And it's great because dads have been torn down,
Ugh,
both
worn down.
mentally, physically. Like, we're like, if you think of us as an ant form, right?
That
Think
nigga
of us
ain't
as
shit. Your dad ain't shit. You look just like that motherfucker.
think of us as an ant form that send out workers. It doesn't matter if the workers die. It doesn't matter. Protect the queen. And no, we're not saying don't protect the women, but we are highly evolved. We deserve the same respect. We deserve the same aspect. I want to play this video if you allow me, about what we talked about so you can see what I'm talking about. So to set the premise of this young lady, this man's been in his home for 20 years. Everything he got was his, never been married. Meet this young lady. She rushes him to get married. And 2 years after the marriage, she files for the divorce and claims, I have right to air. I need everything he owns. And the judge literally was about to give it to them until his attorney came back to plead his case to another judge. So I just want y'all to watch this and tell me that I'm not wrong when I say we are fighting for our lives just to be men.
Yeah.
The big issue obviously is the house. I quite frankly, in 35 years of doing this, I haven't seen such a massive frontal attack by a person in a divorce, in a sense of she went and got a PTO to throw him out of his house that he owned prior to the marriage. She called and canceled all of his credit cards so that he had no access to money, cleaned out the bank account, and then also got a PTO so he couldn't go back to his house. I've never seen such a frontal attack before a divorce is filed from somebody. So basically, he was homeless, living in his parents' basement with no money, no credit cards.
Bro,
He now
listen,
has,
listen to what he's
and
saying.
weirdly enough, I said, well, are the credit cards joint? He said, no, the credit cards were solely in my name, but she has my social security number. She called all the credit card companies and said that my credit cards were stolen, and then changed all the information to her email and her phone number as contact information on my credit cards. I've never seen somebody be so aggressive and vindictive and angry. So my client was basically like, he had to borrow money from his folks to even hire a lawyer because he had no credit cards, no nothing. That being said, at this point where we're at is my client purchased this home. The primary issue is exclusive use of the home. My client purchased this home in 2002. He's owned this home for 23 years. These people have been married for 2 years. She got a PPO to throw him out of his own house that he owned for over 20 years prior to the marriage. My client right now is currently getting disability. The defendant is earning over $200,000 per year as a realtor. Obviously, the equities are very clear in the sense that my client wants exclusive use of the home. He wants to go back to his house that he's owned for 20 years prior to the marriage. This person has been married to him for 24 months, managed to throw him out of his house and left him penniless. It's outrageous, quite frankly, in my opinion. But the gist of the matter is plain and simple. My client wants to be back in his house. We're requesting the court enter an order giving an exclusive use to his home.
But I just want you to see that part. The key things that I looked at in that whole thing, bro, was she deliberately did all this stuff. And then they wonder why we are now talking in a sense of why get married. Not me, of course, but I'm saying men in general.
Well, the thing about it is this, man. We're not raising these girls to be wise. We raising them. Everybody want to get the bag. You know, everybody's trying to secure the bag, and that's one angle that they play. And the laws are set up that way. No matter what your race is, if you go to court for a divorce, she gonna get picked a little, and that's ridiculous. They've been together 48 months or some shit. He done had this house 2 decades. What you mean she can have my house? Tell the bitch to leave. How much money I'm supposed to give her?
Absolutely.
But she not supposed to get shit.
Absolutely.
She
You
ought to be.
you
It ought to be criminal charges for her to take that man credit cards
Right. And
and
that's what I'm saying. And this kind of hit hard to me because you know my story in 2019 and what happened, 2020 and what happened. And to see people go through this, I thought, when you're in that situation, you like, why me? But now I'm starting to see that more men go through this. These women particularly set you up, see that you have a knife life. And then, the key thing was he said, I only get disability. She makes over $200,000 a year doing real estate.
yeah, and
The
got
law,
all this shit.
the thing should be totally the opposite direction. The judge should be looking at it like, well, damn, I should be giving him everything because
Well,
technically you were the
I feel
breadwinner.
I feel like him being established and already having shit, and they was together for 2 years, and she make 200,000 a year on her own. See, if I was the judge, you can tear your ass. The divorce is final. Don't nobody owe nobody nothing. Y'all kiss each other. No, kiss each other and say goodbye. If you bought something in that house, you can take it with you.
Right.
If you bought one of them cars, you can take it with you.
Absolutely.
Cause you make he said $230,000 a year. So if you bought something, you can take it with you.
And that's the biggest issue that I think I have, bro, is that when everybody got upset because Adele's husband turned around and sued her for alimony. Well, damn, just like a wife would say, I was sitting at home taking care of the kids, washing your laundry, doing this, doing that. You owe me something. How come he couldn't say that? How come y'all mad because he used the same law that y'all pushed the judges and the police and everybody to fight against? He did the same thing. Now y'all mad because she had to pay him over $3 million a month
Well,
because
she
I didn't. I didn't chase my career because I was steady letting you chase yours. I've never been opposed to anything like that, whether it was a man or a woman. But my whole point behind that is just like you saw in this video. This man was disabled. He owned his home. You make 200K a year. Something was there that you could not buy your home, buy a
That's right.
house.
That's right.
So you
That's
figure,
right.
let me come in and take his. That's where I say, I tell men all the time, hey, I learned my lesson, Top. I don't care what they tear up in the house. Do not put your hands on them. Sit your ass still. Let her call the police and record everything she does. Because the one thing that let her get away with everything in my house in 2020 was the fact that she tried to break my laptop, knowing that in my phone is how I make my money. I popped her hand like a 5-year old. But in the state of Nevada, anybody who touches the person who touched first goes to jail, and she knew that and I didn't. So I need you guys to, this is all to all the men out there, I need y'all to learn the rules and the laws in your state, because these women have mastered these laws. They got lawyer women telling them how to manipulate you. They have friends and moms who've been through it that are telling them and giving them the game on how to take from you. If
Yeah, and
you
we got
have a,
all and we
go
got
ahead.
all these sissy ass boys raised by these women, and they tearing their ass up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Again, the man is gonna have to get back in the home. We're gonna put these homes back together because that just don't make no sense to me for her to even think that the judge is gonna listen to anything she had to say. See, she should have been arrested right there in jail, right there. Wait a minute, you took the man credit cards and changed all his personal information and closed the bank account and took all the money. Was that your goddamn money?
Absolutely.
See, if it wasn't yours, you don't fuck with it. Now you come in here and you got your shit on paper, you might can get some money. But you don't get to just take no money and take the house and all that. But depending on where you are, like in Texas, if you stay with a woman for 6 months, she considered your wife. Y'all ain't been to no court. Y'all ain't been to no in front of no pastor, no nothing. If you shack up with her for 6 months, that's your wife.
Right.
This is shit that we don't know that they know. And this was an actual marriage, man. This girl made 230,000 on her own. And
Absolutely.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that he was able to switch to another judge, and hopefully somebody will prevail with some goddamn sense, cause she's supposed to go to jail. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just a game. That's a gold digging game. That when you get caught with your hand in the cookie jar, and she got caught, she's supposed to get spanked.
And that was my whole thing. The whole point of that when I wanted to talk about it on my show was because literally the man just said she took his credit cards, she used them, she lied to the bank, she called. If that would have been a black male, a Mexican male, that judge would have threw the book at us. And I'm just saying that to be true. But because it was a female who did the actions, she's it's like it sounds like his lawyer has to fight to prove that he did nothing wrong, Your Honor, and you're
Right.
giving her all the credit. You're
Right.
giving her everything. How is that possible? And I just don't understand it, don't get it. And in the back of my mind, I am that person. It's when I call men crashing out. I'm like, the courts make men get to the point to crash out.
You know, when I was younger, I used to say, "Damn, what make a motherfucker just get mad and kill his wife and kids and everybody and shoot himself?" I be like, "Man, I would never do no shit like that." And now I'm the old person, and you see the games that they play and the time that you put in, and they fuck off. See, the problem is there's no consequence for the woman for nothing she does. A woman scorn is catered to.
Yes.
She can go fuck off, and it's okay because she was scorned.
But
She
not they don't have to be scorned. Let me tell you this. I learned this. They don't have to be scorned. They could be the person in this world, the way society runs now, they can actually be the person who did the problem. Who she can be married to you, cheat on you all the whole time you're married. You could go to work, come home, do nothing but provide. And the courts are going to be like, well, you have kids, so therefore she gets the house and you got to go find a place to stay.
And you moved her in the goddamn house.
Right. And they're rewarding the reason why women feel so empowered is because they're rewarding this bad behavior. They're
Yeah,
rewarding. You see
yeah.
women now just bluntly getting on Facebook like, if you want to marry me, you better have this, and you don't even have it. You
That's
ain't
the
got
part.
nothing to bring to the one of the biggest things that Mr. Yada said that I talk about. When you know we were on the show and he said women don't have to bring anything to the table because they are the table. But what he should have said was the right woman doesn't have to bring anything to the table
Well, see, the
because
thing
she's
is,
the table.
we talking about marriage material, and then
Yes,
just like some women you married, even in scripture, some women are hoes.
exactly.
So now you can't make a hoe a housewife. So we're gonna have to be more careful, man. Well, we gonna have to, like I said, we
But
got to talk
but
to
can
these
I say
boys.
this?
Yes,
I
sir.
saw I saw some people drop off because they didn't like what I said about women, but I'm okay with that. But what I want to say is this: men, we have to start having these difficult conversations, and let me tell you
Yes,
why. We have
yes,
to stop. And I'm not talking about money. I don't care about their credit. I don't care about what we need to start talking about. Is have you ever been molested? Have you ever had anything happen to you sexually? Because here's why I learned to understand this. Most of the women that I've dated in my life, something has happened to them. So therefore, sex is their point of love. If
yes.
you don't have sex with them when they want it, in their minds, you don't love them. If and me and you know, like I know, I hear what you're saying, but sometimes there's days when the stress just overpowers us, and I may want to have sex, but it's some days I'm just overwhelmed. And I've been in relationships on those days when they really wanted to have it, and we get into these huge fights because she doesn't accept. And I learned that in those moments, when we have to now start asking those questions, because what that it's a spirit that's brought on with that molestation, and it's the Jezebel spirit. But I don't talk about that. But what I'm saying is because most women who have been molested at a younger age, they are a nympho, and they have to have sex in order to feel good about themselves. It's the reason why more women are running to porn, more boys are turning into girls to get that same feeling they got when they were molested because they actually grew to like it. I'm just being honest with you. Like it or love it or hate it. It's up to you. But we as men, we have to start talking and having those conversations. Women, you need to start asking men because y'all talking about y'all didn't see that he was gay, but it's some of us men that's friends with you that's been on the outside looking at your husband like that nigga fruity.
Yep.
And then you come out 5 years later like that nigga was sleeping around with a boy. Well, it's because you didn't know his mama. You didn't know he was molested at 5. You didn't know that shit because he hid it.
Well, that's what I mean. We got to start vetting the people that we put our time in.
Absolutely.
Because everybody's not worth your time.
We do that when we want to know what your finances are and what's your credit score, but we're not asking the emotional questions that we need to ask because down the line you see more divorces happen. Well, not because, well, she cheated on me while I was at work working. Well, you were having sex with her every day, so as you went to work, what did you think she was going to be doing sitting at home every day, all day? I don't mean nothing by it. No disrespect to your wife, but the way you meet her, you got to understand that that is her. That is her personality.
And when somebody show you who they is, we need to believe them.
Absolutely.
Believe them the first time. That way you don't waste. That way you're not making mistakes. You got learning moments in life. You know what I mean? If you keep making having the same problem over and over, that's a choice. You don't keep
Absolutely.
losing. If you don't keep playing the game, if you're losing, you switch up. You're in a casino, you go to another game.
Absolutely.
But I just think that that's just so sad, man. And I understand exactly what you're saying, but I just and just to add on to that, I just think we got to put the fathers back in the homes. We got to start having critical conversations, critical thinking. We got to start having these tough conversations. Like you saying, asking them if somebody to molested them. We got to start talking to them about how to respond when they get pulled over by authorities, so they can get out of that and tell a story instead of somebody telling us what happened in their story.
Right.
It's some critical thinking and processing that we got to put back in. I'm saying I'm talking about the black man. We have got to do this, man. If this is going to work, you got to go back home to your kids, man, if you can. And all those is coming up. If you got a baby mama and y'all screwing around but they ain't together, get with your girl, go get you somewhere to stay. Take care of your family, man.
Absolutely.
Don't let the government and food stamps and welfare raise your kids. Don't do it. Don't be that sorry nigga with a Cadillac or a BMW or a Beamer in the projects, but you at her crib. Everybody done seen it. We gonna have to be accountable as black men, well, as men in general, because in these times, like I say, it's almost offensive or against the law to be a man. If you stand
Exactly.
up if you stand up for anything that's manly, we can't have no boys trip, but they still have girls trip. We can't get together and go out, but they go out like a motherfucker.
If you can't talk, the thing about that, the whole thing is when it boils down to it, as a man, we can't say what we need to say. We're not allowed to anymore. We
Right.
can't stand up and say, "I told you, my family, one of my foster brothers' wives cut me off from the family. We've been knowing each other since we were 15, and you cut me off because all I said was trans women are men." But
Yeah.
we can't say that. We can't make that a point because now we're offending somebody. But how am I offending you when it's the truth? But we all walk around here saying we believe in God and we believe in Jesus, but then you accept like the Bible said, if you accept of what's of this world, then you do not belong to me. And it's nothing against that person as a human being. Just like I just said about posts I put up, and man, I hate that because we had some good debates when you were on Facebook. I can't wait till you get back on. But I put up a thing that said, "What's the difference between of what Barack was doing with immigration and what Clinton was doing with immigration to what Trump is doing now? There's nothing different. They were
Yeah.
raiding. What's the difference, sir?"
Hell, when they were raiding, he didn't make it. They didn't make it a big deal. They just hit certain spots, and they were just trying to redirect the money. They wasn't trying to send everybody home for good. Trump is saying, if y'all asses over here illegal, when I catch you, you're out of here.
And the thing about that is, I don't have. I know people gonna hate me for saying this, but I wouldn't be Jason if I didn't say it, bro. At the end of the day, we can't go to no country, no other country. Even my brother came on one of my posts and was like, "Well, it's 182 countries you can go to, be an American citizen with a visa." And I said, "But you can't stay in those countries. You can visit them without a visa. You can go to China without a visa, but eventually you better get citizenship because the minute they find out that you have not registered, China locks you up.
Yep.
Canada
Yep.
kicks you out. The minute Canada tells you that you don't qualify for citizenship, you have 2 days to get out of their country.
48 hours.
How come we are the only country? And I know it's because we live by the creed. We'll take your weary. We'll take this. Got it. But it's also a laws that says come in, get the correct paperwork, get approved to be in this country. Then we'll talk to you about it. But it's people just here to be here because they learn how to come over the border. They learn how to come through ways. So when we look at that, just like one of the videos I posted, Three illegal immigrants who had just crossed the border met a black mom who was going to pick her kids up from her family's house. She disappeared. They didn't hear back from her. They found her car 3 days later, and luckily, a camera from the gas station caught the illegal immigrants who shot her because they tried to rob a liquor store before they saw her. And because she wouldn't let the window down, they killed her.
Damn.
These are true stories, but everybody want to be in their feelings. Yes, do I feel sorry for the kids? Yes, but guess what? Just don't take the dads. Pack those kids up, like you said, make them be parents. You brought your kids here knowing that you weren't legal, so why are we crying? Pack those kids up with them, send them back home. They said, hey, give them 60 days to, hey, you can come and reapply to come back to this country.
Well, the thing is, see what Trump doing is the letter of the law. See,
Yeah,
he just enforcing what was written.
yes.
It's always been there. But now he just tightening it up, and he making news doing it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's the only difference.
And that's all I'm saying. I understand at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you talk about, oh, what about the kids? The kids, this, and I'm like, I'm with you. I don't want the kids to be hurt either. But at the same time, give me one country that we could go and do this in. That we can go and get food stamps and we can go get medical benefits and we live in, man, we will be booted out. You don't believe me? I've done the research. Show me. I'll wait.
Well, see, the thing about it is that the law is the law. See, if you break the law and you get caught, it's a consequence. That's why we have jails. You just said everybody in jail not innocent.
Right.
It's the same way with these Mexicans, and I got a bunch of Mexican friends and family. But
Me too.
if you come over here illegal, then whatever you done while you was here, you gotta take that with you. That go for you, your wife, your kids. Y'all gotta go because you came illegally.
Absolutely.
See,
And I'm not just,
that's just a
yep.
lot of the law. Go ahead.
I'm like, and I understand because I got friends from Ghana. They couldn't get in this country legally. They had to come through New York, go into the American thing, take the test, stay in New York for a couple of years before they could even move around because they could not do it. And I'm like, but why are we giving so much? Well, you got to look at the fact that Texas didn't belong to the U.S. and they took it from Mexico. What? I don't give a who they took it from. We live in a country that is ruled by laws. The law says you cannot come into this country illegally and expect to live. Not when we got citizens that live here legally and can't get the things you guys are obtaining because of fake documents, because of this, because of that. Man, top we write a fake document because we done lived here for so long, we going straight to jail.
Oh yeah,
Don't
that
pass
forgery
go.
shit is a big deal. We fuck around and do some fed time trying to forge some shit. And
Don't pass.
but they keep somebody dead social security card. You're using somebody else's name. I mean, and the thing about it is, nobody cares that you're here, and that's obvious because we paying them to work. See, they didn't
Yes.
pay us to work. They
Right.
sneak over here and work and get paid.
Right.
So why not come the right way and register and be good? See, I don't understand that whole little old conflict when a lot of people say, well, why the black folks not with them? To me, that's just a dumbass nothing. Go register. See, fuck that.
Yes.
They registered all I asked. I'm a Richardson now. I don't know what I was for that.
Right. Prior, I don't know what I did, but hey.
No, I mean bloodline with the names and shit. You get registered. You get your number. That way, when you work, you paying your taxes. Because, I have problems with that too, but I'm in the system. When you go to work, they're going to take taxes out. Now you are a citizen.
Right.
See, they get
Right.
they get loans to do businesses and all kind of shit and college shit and intern shit on jobs. It's like, wait a minute, how a motherfucker come over here can't speak English and I already a manager?
Right. And here's the second
Because
thing though, because somebody in their family hired them because they were a manager, so they needed them to work, and you see it all the time. I know I did. I can go to I go to a McDonald's right now. They're gonna pass up on you because somebody who lives with them who freshly just came over. I need them to work, so I need to be able to take these. I need to be the
yeah,
one to verify them,
yeah.
nobody else. So that way they don't have a problem because I've already got the IDs for them. I already got this. And this the crazy part that they don't look at. These people commit crime. They'll be here for years, commit a bad crime. And how many times have you seen on the news that they raped somebody or killed somebody and ran right back across the border, never to face their charges?
Oh yeah, it happens quite on a regular basis. Just like the missing children that we don't talk about. You know,
Right.
I believe next week we need to chop that up. We're gonna talk. You know, that's gonna be one of my topics because you know what you talking about got me thinking about so much stuff. And when you talking about the way that they come, see
Yes,
people thinking that they come and they all hid up nice and they friendly people and they come over here and no, that ain't how that work. See, they coming from cartel country
absolutely.
to
A
get over
lot
that
of
border. To get over that border from Mexico, they got to go through the cartel country.
absolutely. A lot of the people that he has been sending back are cartel members. Quit playing, or former cartel members who came over here and changed their lives. So because they became your new neighbor and you loved them for years, now all of a sudden, but you don't realize back in Mexico, he's probably wanted.
Well, you know, the cartel, like I said, this is part of how they get to work here. And, you know, like you saying, a lot of them are cartel. And I just believe he hitting the right spots and the right kind of jobs. You know what I mean? The right kind of labor. And it's sad to say, but it's gonna open up jobs for us. We need
But
to get
also, I want to be clear on this too. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
we need to make sure that we get off our asses and go get these jobs, man, and get back in our family lives and talk to these kids. That's what
Right.
I wanted to say. Go ahead.
And also, I want to make it clear though, some of these raids have been pure propaganda. A sheriff from Detroit, Michigan, actually got on live TV and said, "I am tired of them people making that our drug raids as if it's part of ICE. We had nothing to do with ICE. We raided these four buildings because we have been scouting them for years, for months." And knowing that they were a drug operation, but because one of our people trying to be famous leaked it as an ice raid to get TikTok famous. So we got to be careful what we're talking about and how we're looking at that as well.
Well, yeah, now that's no doubt. You know, the narrative on the news, cause everybody like me, everybody can get on there and say anything, and you always tell me, you know, you got to vet where you get your information from, cause you
Yes.
know that's like some of the stuff we was talking about with Diddy. See, some of that shit they ain't said nothing about.
Yeah.
Some it's not admissible in court. Yeah, it's admissible on the street, but what can you prove?
Right.
And this is the same way. This is the same way.
Yeah, and that's why I'm telling people like I don't just talk. A lot of the time this is things that people come out and they're like, "Hey, this is what's going on. This is what's happening." I'm like, "Learn what news channel lies because if you watch Fox News, you can't come to me with no kind of facts because their own reporters stated that they're being paid to lie." So you got to understand where you're getting it from.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's the most important part. And when we start talking about some of the celebrity lives or some of the people that we look up to, we should kind of
They just say
go
it.
on what they say and see how they being interviewed instead of people who listen to the interview and comment on it. If that
Yes.
makes any sense. If
Yes.
if I got to form an opinion about you, I want to form an opinion about you. I don't want to form no opinion about what X said about you.
Right. But that's how we should live our lives anyway. Who cares? If so
Yeah,
and so comes to me and tells me that Top is the worst man in the world, I'm gonna look at him crazy because when it's all said and done, I know Top and I know him from my position. What you and him are fighting for, I have no idea. but you can't convince me. But we live in a world where, especially in our culture, internet runs everything.
Yes.
And in
Yes.
our culture, we will talk bad. I just saw a post where somebody said, if somebody comes talking to you about me, then come talk to me. Don't just jump behind the train because you want to jump behind the train. It's scenarios when you're, especially when you're doing business, bro. There's other factors that come into play on all these things. And if you don't know the other factors, it's easy to say, well, that man scammed me. But you don't know that that dude did this or that dude did that or I helped this dude with this. Look at, I use my own story. How many people have I worked for free for since you know me?
More than I can count.
And then they sit back and when I done working for free, they turn around, oh, he's a scam artist, but I done built your whole business in a box. So it's just little things like that that I just say we have to change our mentality as a culture. They have pitted us so much against each other, pitted us so much against each other that we don't know, we cannot bounce back from that. And that is our problem. We
Yeah.
have yet to figure out how to bounce back, but yet we could turn gay and jump in with the ABC people and we united.
Well, that's just another way. That's just another means for them to separate us. See, it's kind of like you were saying when they report the news, they controlling the narratives. See,
Yeah.
those are some of the things they doing that because the households don't have men in them because there's no men running the house. You know yourself as a man, you might watch one or two shows and that TV off.
Yep.
You go in there and get ready to lay down, you might watch some, but it's not all day we sitting and listening and watching you because
Absolutely.
you that's the part that I believe that I just we got to be careful who we got to vet all our information, especially I do because I got a big mouth, hard opinions, rough with it. You know what I mean? A little gold digging with it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm from nickel
Yep.
fight nickel, so if I don't get no, I'm just saying if I don't get no bigger, I'm from nickel fight nickel. So
I didn't I didn't I didn't qualify. I didn't
no,
qualify for that club.
no. I'm the one and only. You know what I'm saying? I'm the last of a dying breed around this son of a bitch, man. But say, man, it's been a beautiful show, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. You want to say something to anybody before we get out of here, bro?
Hey, I just want to say to all my nostalgic family, the new people coming on, everybody that's been rocking with us since September, man. I appreciate the growth to all our DJs who's constantly submitting music, to all our new people that's coming on for our packages. Like, let us help you get to where you need to be. This is powered by a different entity to our BET team, to our Virgin Records team. Like, the things we are going to be able to do by 2026 is just going to be phenomenal. And if you're wondering why I haven't been coming on my show, it's because so much has been happening these last couple of weeks. I have not been able to book guests. I'm not a talk show, I'm a guest hosted show. So I basically talk with guests and I talk about their lives and help motivate them. And I haven't been able to book because we've been having so much going. So it will be coming back in full power once I get a little bit of space. But and other thing, if you want to learn production, I mean TV production, I need you to hit us up at Nostalgic Radio on Facebook. Inbox us because we are looking for people that want to join our team and help run the shows from behind. That's it, man.
All righty then. Say, man, I want to just give a shout out to my nostalgic family. Man, I see you over there, baby. I see you in the little old ass. I see you. You know what I mean? So, but we just got to understand, man, that we got to talk to these kids and we're going to have to make sure we communicate. We're going to have to make sure that we do a better job with our examples and the things that we worship and like. You know what
Right.
I mean? We gotta
Absolutely.
we gotta quit worrying about looking rich and try to get rich. I'm
Right.
sorry. You know, it's just little things like that that, like I said, we're gonna have to put the black men back in the family, and I don't want to give a shit why you're not in there. We got to get back in there. We got to get back in front of the goddamn ship and steer this son bitch.
I
Now,
agree.
I'm just telling y'all. Now, this is Dallas After Dark, real talk. Dallas After Dark, Mr. 214, 214, 21 Joe. Y'all know what it is with me. What's up, man? I see you and Woody. But, you know, my show's always sponsored by Grillo's Barbecue and Catering. You know what I mean? And I keep telling y'all that because you don't need no teeth to eat our beef. You know what I'm saying? If you ring, we bring. And with that said, 469 337 0185. Again, if you ring, we bring. 469 337 0185. There is no event that's too big for us, no event that's too small for us. We've been in business over 20 years, suited and booted, and we smoke our meat. We don't use the charcoal like the rookies and talk shit. We actually put it down, baby. We make our own barbecue sauce. We make our own seasoning. Now, y'all know Jesus got me spoiled, you know, and I'm highly favored. And I'm going to see y'all next week, man. Same time, 7 to 9. Y'all get at me, man. And I'm going to be back on Facebook sooner than you think, man. Peace out, man. Peace.
All right, brother Records.
Yo, what's up, Dollar Man? What's up, man? Want you let your crew know what's going on down there in the 214, you know what I'm saying? Everybody been coming out with their stuff, you know what I'm talking about? We hearing from everybody. We want to know what's going on down there in D-Town, you know what I'm talking about? Where them real thugs at, you know what I'm talking about? Where them boys at, you know what I'm talking about? Want you let your crews know what's going on? Holler at us one time, you know what I'm talking about? Give me something, where you at, boy?
Here's your 411 on that 214. Y'all dial 911 if my shit don't blow. A pioneer with this rap as far as Dallas concerned.